Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Reardon and today we're making a Dora the Explorer cake. I gave this cake away on Instagram and well done to all the people who guessed what it was from the zoomed in photo of the colours. Vamonos, let's go. Firstly, we need to make a double quantity of the light fluffy sponge cake, and the recipe video for this cake is on the website howtocookthat.net, and I'll put a link to the Dora cake recipe in the description below this video, and that has the sponge cake recipe, the frosting recipe, and the details of how much fondant you'll need and all of those things. And when I say to double the recipe, people often ask me in the comments, do you make 2 batches all at once or do you make 2 separate batches? Now, if your mixing bowls are big enough and you've got enough room in the oven, then you can double the recipe and make it all at once like I'm doing here. Otherwise, you can do it 2 separate ones. It really doesn't matter. Pour half the mixture into 2 baking tins and the rest of it into a Pyrex oven-proof bowl. Bake them in a slow oven and expect the bowl one to take longer than the tins because obviously it's got more cake mixture in it than the tins do. Let the cakes cool completely and then make the frosting of your choice. I'm using 1 quantity of the buttercream and 1 of the white chocolate ganache and then mixing those together. And again, the recipes for all those are on the website. Once your cakes are cooled completely and your frosting is prepared and you've chosen your Dora doll, then we can start decorating. Cut one of the round cakes into 2 layers, and you can do that either using a knife or a cake leveler. Take the cake board or a flat plate and spread a smear of frosting on the base, and that will stop the cake from sliding around, and then add your first layer of cake, then a thin layer of frosting over the top of that, and then add the other half of the cake on top. Now, if you're catering for a larger group, you can repeat that with the other round cake on top here and make a taller dress, but I'm just going to use the 1 round cake on mine. Take the bowl-shaped cake and make 2 even cuts into it so that you have 3 layers. I had another person this week say to me they're subscribed to How to Cook That on YouTube, but they're not getting notified when there's a new video. If you click on this little settings button next to the subscribe button, then tick on send me updates, then YouTube will email you when there's a new video on this channel. And if anyone can figure out how to do that same thing on a mobile, can you let us know in the comments below and add all your cake requests there too. Stack them on top of your cake with frosting in between each layer. Now, if you're happy with that shape, you can cover the whole thing in frosting ready for your fondant. Personally, I prefer it if the dress is not so rounded and bowl-shaped at the top, so I like to trim down the top 2 layers to make them flatter, which looks more dress-shaped. Take the clothes off the Dora doll and cover the legs, especially the hip area and all those joints, in plastic wrap just to protect them from getting frosting into them. Now we want to cut a hole in the centre of the cake, and if you look at the Dora from the feet, you can see that we need to cut a rectangle shape. So take out some cake and then hold the knife up to the doll so you can see how deep the knife needs to go into the cake for her feet to fit. Push the knife down into the cake to that depth and then use a spoon to scoop out what you've cut. Check that the doll fits in nicely, then take it out again. Colour your fondant. I've made 6 colours here and matched them to the colours of the Dora logo, with the exception of the yellow, which I've just added in. Choose which one you want at the top for the body part of the dress and then the order of the frill colours. Take the colour that you've chosen to be at the bottom and roll it into a long, thick snake, and then use your rolling pin to flatten that out. Then take your pizza cutter and cut both edges to make them nice and straight. Now, when we wrap it around the cake, we want it to sit out a bit like a frill. So we need to make one side bigger, and you can do that by rolling something round on it. I'm using the rolling pin handle here. You can press it along with your finger. Just have a look around the kitchen and see what you've got that's nice and smooth that you can press on the fondant on one edge to make it frill up a bit. Then lift that up and wrap it around your cake, lining it up with the bottom edge. The top edge doesn't matter what it looks like, it's the bottom bit that we're going to see. Repeat that with the blue and then the green and the yellow, and if you want bigger frills, then you can add some folds into the fondant as you wrap it around the cake, just like I'm doing here. And once it's in place, use something smooth just to lift it up and arrange the fondant how you want it, and then repeat that with your orange as well. To make the Dora dress part, roll out your pink fondant and cut 3 of the sides in a straight edge. Lay that over the Dora doll and then trim a line straight down where her arms are and then straight across at the level that you've cut down to. And trim the rest of the fondant to that same level and then just wrap it around the back of the doll and then join it up at the back. Roll out some purple and use your pizza cutter to cut a thin strip and place that over her shoulder, just like a strap. Put it under her arm and around across the back of the dress and trim off the excess there. Then continue that long piece around under the other arm and up over her shoulder and trim off the excess at the back again. Cut another short strip of purple and place that across the front of her dress at the top there just to finish it off. Add Dora into the middle of the cake, making sure she's nice and straight. Then roll out the remaining pink fondant and use a large circle cutter to cut out a circle. If you don't have a circle cutter, you can just use a large cup or a small bowl and cut around that with a knife. Use your rolling pin to roll the edges thinner and then use your fingertips to stretch it out a little. Place it back down flat on the paper and cut a straight line from the centre to the edge and then cut a small oval out of that middle section for where her body is going to be. With the uncut side at the front, wrap this around the body of the doll. And if you don't have enough to make it the whole way around, just roll an extra rectangle of fondant and place it on, folding it under at each end so the join just looks like a fold in the fabric. And you can do that anywhere on the doll where you didn't have enough to go all the way around the back. Now roll a thin snake of purple and place it around the Dora where the skirt meets the body. If you want, you can make a little bow and add that at the back. And your Dora is ready for a party. Fantastico! Click below to share the video, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. Click here for last week's YouTube dessert video, here to go to the channel to see more of my videos, and this one will take you to the How to Cook That website, and I'll put all those links below if you're on your mobile. Muchas gracias, amigos. Have a great week, and I'll see you on Friday.